Soundcheck.
You with Special K, and my family came to visit me from Las Vegas, representing 702. What's up, lady?
What's up, Special K? How you doing?
I'm doing well now.
Thank you.
Caught up to you three
Good to
beautiful
see
ladies.
I know, it's been
Familiar
so long.
face, yeah.
It sure has been.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about you guys all the time. One, because you're all beautiful.
Thank
you.
You're doing major things in the business,
I'm
Trying
yeah,
to, man.
Trying.
and you're like family.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
That we are.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen you since what, the first album back in Vegas?
That's right. That's right. And it's cool because it's one of those groups when people ask me, how do you get put on? I say, well, there was this group called 702 in Vegas, and I remember when they were busting their butts, and now look at them.
Man.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank
it's
you.
amazing. We're actually almost 10-year vets now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sure are.
we got our contract in '93, so we're almost 10-year vets. That's good. That's a good feeling. I'm an OG at 22.
It will be 10
man.
years next year.
That's right.
Yeah.
10 years.
You've
Huh?
been doing your thing too, though. I see you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
We've all come such a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Technology and beautiful music, right?
Yes.
All together in
Yes.
one.
So let's go back to the beginning. I know you guys didn't believe it was going to happen when it first came to be. But for those that don't know, tell them how you guys actually did get signed.
Well, basically, we got signed through Michael Bivens, the Biv 10 label. The way that happened was we wanted to go to the Jack the Rapper music convention, so we went. And,
in 93. In 93, of course.
And basically, we ran into him in the Marriott Marquis Hotel in Atlanta, and we begged him to sing. He was right next to Bobby Brown, so we were singing for both of them. And we just sung our hearts out, and 2 weeks later, we got a deal. So it was
We were
that.
just really blessed.
It
Yeah.
sounds short, but it was a lot more involved.
Yes, it was.
And then it sounds, it was a lot of hard days, a lot of days of crying and
Yes,
things
you
like
know.
that. Yeah, but we were fortunate.
I just ran into Michael at LL Cool J's party.
Did you?
Concert. And I told him, I said, hey, good job, man. 702 was the best thing you ever did. You know?
Wow.
What did he say?
Well, he just looked at me kind of shocked. You know?
Right,
He was like,
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
well, that's cool.
funny.
Yeah.
So how has it been now that you, like you say, you guys are established artists? What is the difference now on this project and the first project you guys did?
Well, we've just learned so much. We've been in this business, like we just mentioned, almost 10 years now.
Right.
And from album one to now, we've just seen so many things take place. Some negative, some positive. We've gone from Biv 10 to now strictly Motown. And in those couple of years, from album 1 to 2, we've just had so many presidents over there at Motown and staff changes. And so we've learned a lot of things. The difference I can say from album 1 to now is I think just we have a solid foundation and a better sense
great
of
family.
who we are as individuals and as a
Right,
group.
Right.
And we've learned, that we have to put our own careers in our own hands. We can't
Right.
just depend on your label per
No.
se, to take care of you. So thank God we've all had each other's backs, and we have a family now. Our management team, Lavelle Randolph, who you're familiar with, he's back with us.
Oh,
From the
good.
first album.
From the
as
first
well
album.
as-
And Todd Rusaw, who was down with Biv 10 back on our first album, he was the executive producer then. He's back with us. He
Yeah.
executive produced this project as well as on a management level as well. So
Yeah.
we kind of took it back and just
Yeah.
wanted
It's a
to.
family thing now.
Yes.
Definitely is.
That's the most dramatic change for us, because it's like regardless of anything else that goes on, you go through your ups and downs, your great moments and also the painful moments, but throughout it all, what makes us stand and what makes us greater is just to have that backbone, that family with us. And so that's very important to us.
Right.
You know what you guys got to do for me? You got to say your name so that they will know who is
Okay.
speaking. So
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
that's
sugar.
all right. No, I just had to.
Yeah,
you know.
we're,
forgot this
we're
was
supposed to be
syndicated.
OGs, right? We're supposed to know this.
I'm thinking when I'm in the car and I'm listening to an interview and it's like, wow, who is that just spoke so I can get her number?
Right. Sorry.
My bad. Okay, gotcha.
Ah, that's
that was
cool.
Mila.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right.
All right, so now the second project came along, and how did you guys feel? Why did you take such a long hiatus? Was it to reorganize and get the family structure together?
For the second
Second
and third,
album.
this is Misha speaking. Definitely, there were like Mila said before, a lot of things that were going on internally that we needed to kind of like, it was kind of breaking us down in a sense. I mean, we were to the point to where we didn't know what we wanted to do. Almost lost the love of music in that frame.
Yeah.
So it took us to come back, humble ourselves, go back to home, talk to mama, that kind of thing, spend time, basically kind of go through the pain that it, takes to grow up, and the struggles of that.
Regroup.
Yeah. Also, this is Irish speaking. It was important for us to go back and kind of get to know who we were as individuals. We've spent so much time in a group to where you can't really grow as an individual. And I think it was necessary to kind of get back for a minute, me to like try to become greater in things that I knew I was weak at, and things like that. So that played a big role in it too.
Right.
Okay, so what did you find out was one of your weak areas?
One of my weak areas, I can say with my vocals.
That's Irish.
Yeah, this is Irish speaking. I'm sorry, y'all. I can say that with my vocals, I was young and I was growing through an adolescent stage to where it was I needed to mature myself. So that was something over the 3-year hiatus that I really focused on, as well as me as just being a woman and trying to get to know who I am. I'm a Gemini, and sometimes you can confuse yourself being a Gemini. So it was a big growing experience for me.
Okay, and what about you?
For me, I think the growing I had a couple of them. I'm sort of the most spoken one of the group. Well, I was for a couple of years. Nowadays, I find myself stepping back because I got 2 other girls that's like speaking up most of the time, and I don't have to say much. And this is Misha, by the way. That was number one. Also, my vocal. I had to learn a little bit more about vocal. Learning how to carry myself, in the studio and on the microphone. Also, I think I found that I needed to learn how to separate business from personal lives. Like right now, I'm a mother and a wife, so it's hard to kind of balance the two. So that was my biggest challenge, finding a way to balance those.
Right.
Right.
Before you go any further, how old's the baby?
The baby's 3 years old now. He's beautiful.
What's his name?
His name is Tony. He's named after his father. He's the second, and he really acts. He's just
gorgeous,
and he's so smart. He's just the wonder of my life. Yeah. He really is.
He's really, really amazing. Amazingly smart. Like, I mean, you could sit around him and he'll come up to you and start singing, "Yes, Jesus loves me."
Yeah, Mama taught him well.
His name in there, though. Yes, Jesus loves Tony. He asked that. He's really adorable.
Oh, I could imagine. And what did you learn?
Well, in addition to what Misha and Irish were saying, this is Mila speaking, pardon me. I've just gone through so much. And I think I learned, as well as probably I'd speak for all of us when I say how to respect them. We learned how to respect each other and each other's contribution to this group.
Right.
And we learned our places, in this group. And from album 1 to album 2, we not only went through changes with, like I said, the label or whatnot, we went through management changes, attorneys, accountants, all of that. And from 2 to 3, that's when we went through changes within ourselves, because just everything had just kind of like,
it kind of broke us up.
It was emotionally draining.
And it seemed like it all came, excuse me, this is Irish, it seemed like it all came at once, to where it was kind of like it was a God-given sign that, hey, wait a minute, you guys, because at the end of the day, you're a human first before you're an artist. So it's kind of like, it was like God's way, in my opinion, of bringing us back to earth and kind of humbling us and finally getting that love of music back,
And we were just, I'm sorry.
That's all right, go ahead.
We were just, I think, just to the point where we were like, all right, let's just take a break, because everything was just out of our control.
It was just
and
going
sometimes
haywire.
it just messes with your psyche as not just an artist, but as an individual.
Especially as an adolescent, as a, going through those years.
Yeah, while you're trying to grow up and mature as a lady. Yeah, PMS is happening every now and then too. So you got to key those factors in. So at the end of the day, it was just a little bit too much to handle.
Yeah, I can feel you. I mean, look at 3LW right now. I wish they could have called you all and talked about what they were going through.
Right.
Because
sometimes you have to just let everything, all the negativity go, and swallow your pride and let go of the ego. you know, and just
Mm-hmm.
really be there for the true essence of what really matters at the end of the day, which should
Right.
be the music and the craft
Right.
and the love for it. I mean, but
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say it was smooth sailing. It is a challenge. It is hard. But you have to learn how to balance and figure out how to make it work. And thank God we figured it out.
And our
So-
love was strong enough to weather the storm through
Withstand
all of
it.
that.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's amazing how well, not amazing, rather, it's deep how us female groups have this big stereotype that we can't stay together, us black women, we can't get along and things like that. And I think it's further from the truth, and we actually proved people otherwise. And I hope one day to see 3LW back together as a group. I hope one day to see Escape and
SWV,
all of,
you
you
know.
know, and all of us back together. It is hard, you know, but I feel that we all can withstand it.
I think you can too. I mean, you guys are living proof of it. And to go back to our time together in Vegas, I knew you guys were going to be strong. Just from the day you guys were on the radio with me, and all the phones just kept coming, and it was all your friends
Was that the day
so
we were
much
in there
love.
for we were in that
for
in there
hours.
hours. We didn't want to leave.
So
The
much
phone
love.
just lit up, and it was young people, it was adults.
Right.
It
And
was
that's
like,
what keeps us going. Things like that, you know, because the fans still are waiting on us. And we've been gone off the scene 3 years. And
How
thank God
amazing
we
is
still have
that?
our fans anxiously awaiting our arrival. So that feels good.
Yeah, that's
You know,
just
that makes us want to just get back in that studio and do it. And that's what we did. And we love this new album. Yes, we do. We're representing.
yeah, how did you guys hook up with the clips? Because you definitely are stars. So when I heard that, I said, yeah, star. Anyway,
For
how'd
real,
y'all get with them? They got a busy schedule.
They do.
Yeah, well, we just basically, you know, we asked Pharrell to have them lace us, and they was like, okay, we'll lace them. They liked the track, they liked the song that we had done. So, because the song Star was already recorded before we got the clips on it, but we knew that we needed some kind of fat flavor from the clips to hit it, you know. So
Yeah.
It was
And
actually cool. We didn't get to. I'm sorry. This is Irish. We didn't actually get to meet them. We weren't in the studio while they actually went to lay it down. But it was funny. It was cool because the next day we ran into them in the hotel and they were like, "Did y'all get to hear the track? Did y'all hear it? We ripped it," and things like that. So ever since then we've kind of had this cool relationship with them, and they showed up to the video and we had a cool, great time with them. So hopefully we'll get to do more collaborations.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Yeah, like I said, their schedule's tight. You got to hit with them.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Well,
Mhm.
Todd Russo, man, we got to give him the credit, our executive
Yeah.
producer, because he went to the Neptunes and they were already, thankfully enough, even just more amped to working with 702 as we were with them. So
Right.
that made it just an easy ride. You know what I'm saying? We weren't we didn't have to beg for them to work with us. So
Right.
Like me.
it's like he was the dopest part about it was that, you know, most of the people that we worked with around this album had been either not in the
fans.
business or close to the business before, but not as far as we have. We've been in this 10 years, so you got to imagine all those people listened to us and probably
Yeah.
got some insight about their musical.
Yeah, it was amazing to hear them and the fact that they spoke of us like they were our fans, you know, as well as we were their fans, of course. But it's just amazing that, you know, they were fans of ours. So.
Right.
Who are some of the people that helped you put this thing together?
Well, this is Irish speaking. The way that we started off this project was actually we got in the studio with Shakespeare. And, we love Shakespeare to death. He's a crazy, cool
He's
guy,
so
cool
cool.
cat. We love you, Shake. But the way we set the tone of the whole record was we went in, we moved out to Atlanta for about 2 months. And we started working with Shakespeare. He has a house that he calls the Music House, and it's about 4 studios in this house.
Right.
So we just kind of locked ourselves in this house with Shakespeare and a couple of his other writers, and we just got to create. And that's how we started the whole gist of this project, and that's how we set the tone for it.
Right.
So it was excellent. He was actually the first that gave us the opportunity openly to write, you know, so we got the chance to write on every record that we did with Shakespeare, which was a blessing also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't have that last 2 albums. We had
Right.
no creative control.
Exactly. In today's economy, you need to be right.
Yes,
Yeah,
sure do.
Yeah. Yeah, so we love him for that. He gave us a lot of opportunities. So he
Right.
saw a lot in us, and we see a lot in him. Yeah.
Now, are you still writing?
Oh,
yes,
yes,
definitely.
definitely.
Actually, we all write. All of us write faithfully.
I have to be honest. This is Irish. I mean, I write with my girls. I might can throw a couple lines in there too. But Misha's an excellent excellent writer. I
Yes,
just have
she
to.
is.
She's been a writer since
y'all.
She's my sister, and she's been writing since I was like 5 years old. You know, and Mila's a great writer as well, and she's been doing stuff around as well. So.
Well, I know Misha. She's outspoken. Always has been.
Yeah, I haven't
must be
changed
hard.
it.
Now we all are, though. You just can't say Misha anymore.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about some of these beautiful ballads that are on this project.
Oh, definitely. Well, like Irish said, this is Mila speaking. Shakespeare set the tone, and after Shakespeare has one ballad on us actually, Funny Feelings. And after Shakespeare, we went and worked with Mike City. He gave us some mids. Mario Winans, he gave us ups. You asked for ballads. Who gave us a ballad?
Pharrell.
We have you know what? Yeah, Pharrell from the Neptunes gave us a hot ballad.
And
I Love You.
Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I'm trying not to jump in. This is Irish, and he's featured on the record as well. It's called "I Still Love You," and honestly, I hope that it can be the second single, but we don't know yet.
Right.
But I'm hoping so because it's like my favorite record.
Right. We also, this is Misha speaking. We also got to work with a newcomer, the Collective Soul. And they did Places, which is a sexy sensual.
Yeah, I mean, y'all will really be playing that.
Oh my
one
God!
on
It's
y'all
a
midnight
7 minute. It's a 7 minute.
You haven't heard us like
song.
this, Special K.
You have not.
Really
it's a
sexy.
beautiful song. It's very sensual. Like I said, it's like 7 minutes long, so it's kind of got room for you to do whatever you want to do.
Just put it on and just hit loop and
Exactly.
go make a baby, right?
Exactly. It's that kind of
We
song.
also got to work with Steve from Troop. I'm not sure his last name, but the lead singer of the group Troop
Yes.
wrote a song for us called Will Spinning. It's a ballad as well.
I'm with
It's
it.
very sweet.
Yeah, he was really cool, man.
Yeah.
So I think y'all will take a liking to that one too.
That's gonna
It's
be
a nice
hot.
ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this album drops next year?
Right.
February
the
25th.
Yeah, the 25th.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
Of
really
February.
excited. We got to work with a lot of people, and yeah, it was just a big blessing
Yes,
after
it was.
another. And the funny thing was that it only took us 3 months to complete this album, and it was weird because usually a record can take like a year or so, but it's like once we got to going, we blinked our eyes and we were finished. It was like before we knew it, we were finished with the whole
We
album.
were just having so much
Completely done.
fun. It was like it happened really fast. Thank you.
Yes, it did.
Man.
We wanted to kind of just put something on there for everybody to jam to as well. This is Mila speaking. So we kind of try to make it balanced. So we have the ballads, for the sexy lovebirds, and then we have the ups, taking it back to like Stilo days and where my girls at, the hip hop club
Right.
bangers, and then
That's
we have
what I
some-
want to know. What's up with the
Yeah.
bangers?
Right.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
Definitely doing that.
We didn't get a chance to work with Missy this time around.
No, we didn't.
but we still got some head bobbers on there.
Yeah, Mario Winans laced us with a lot of the hip hop.
I can honestly say, this is Irish speaking, that we took it back to the first album. We took it back to our hip hop R&B feel. The second album, it was cool. It was kind of like we were kind of going more towards pop.
Exactly.
And then again, we were in the situation where we couldn't be really vocal, to where there were songs just like Motown or our record label and our A&Rs would just throw the songs at us and say, learn these, you have to do this, and the album was complete.
Right.
We weren't able to be as vocal as we are now. So
Forget whether we like it or not. That kind
yeah,
of thing
so
wasn't happening.
so majority of this record is kind of like our feel and what
Right.
we love. It's like you can hear the hip hop beats that you can bang to in your car and stuff like that. So
And we
that's
inspired
really what
most
we
of the
wanted.
producers. Like our energy, kind of made them tailor make beats for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a situation where they already had songs written and produced, and we're just like,
No.
try this.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it was, if we were opposed to it, like they really took our input seriously. So
Right,
it was real cool.
Majority of the songs we did on this album were songs that we collaborated, not necessarily maybe even took part in writing or producing, but because we were there with our energy, it kind of gave off the producers the right energy to
Right.
give us the right song.
I find that when I'm working in the studio, it's always better for me personally to have the artist right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you can get that
vibe.
feedback. Yeah, you can look at them and you can check the way they're singing and say, we're going to change this a little
Right.
bit.
Exactly.
This
know?
is Mila speaking, and I just have to say, I think this is the best album
It really
to date
is.
for 702. I think this is some of our best work. We are very proud of this record.
Yeah.
We are so excited. Special K.
Yes, we are. So regardless of the sales, regardless of what this album does, we're really, really proud of this record. So
And then also, I think that the biggest thing, this is Misha speaking, the biggest thing about this record is it's not something that you're going to hear on the set. And you might have to hear it like 2 times. The thing is, we're not doing something that is going
You've
to
heard
keep
before.
the same. Yeah, it's not going to stay the same. We're not going to bash any men too far. We're not doing any of that. Basically, we're trying to set a tone for us to elevate music. We're not trying to stay in the same level that we are
Right.
on now. Music
That
needs
was-
to do something. It needs to grow. It lives on by that.
That was our goal. This is Irish speaking. We were gone for like 3 years, you know, so obviously we wanted to come back and try to create a new era. You know, we didn't want to come back and follow what people had done before. So
Or what we had
that's the
already
goal.
done.
Yeah, or what we had already done. So that was the goal. So, you know, you may have to listen to it a couple of times, you know, to get your feel
Yes.
for it because it is so different. But again, that's what we wanted.
It's very refreshing, though. After you get the hang of it, you're definitely a lover of
Perfect
702.
word. Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yes.
Refreshing.
All right, I got another question for you about this album. When you were on tour with the last album you guys did, what was the craziest thing that happened to you on the road?
Whoa. With the last album, we went on a couple of tours. We went on a
Brian
Brandy tour,
McKnight.
Brian
McKnight.
McKnight.
Yeah.
Craziest thing that happened on the road.
It had to be something that just popped out of your head and it was like, wow, you remember when we were...
I think of the new addition to
Yeah,
our
we had more
automatic.
crazy
We had
stuff
so
happen
many
the
crazy
first
moments
album.
on that tour. Yeah,
I think
I
we
can
had learned our
remember
lesson
one.
by the second album.
Right. This is Mila speaking. One crazy thing was, I don't know why we were running late. I think it was backed up traffic.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Remember that?
I remember.
See, we already know before I even got into the story. And we were running late, so we had to perform because we were the opening act. So we were on the freeway, on the
And
bus.
they have no remorse for opening acts. So
Exactly.
if
At this
you're
time, we had, like,
40
zero
seconds
leverage.
late, you miss.
Right. So we were trying to get all our little shines. So
Traffic backed up everywhere.
we are in the middle of the highway on the bus, and it's like 2-3 minutes till showtime. We literally ran off the bus, jumped
Hopped
over
over
the
the
rail of
freeway.
the highway
Yeah.
because the
Had our
actual
clothes on, mind
auditorium
you,
was
because
like-
we had to be ready to get on stage.
Mind you, it was raining.
Yes. Yes. The arena wasn't that far, but I mean, come on, it was too far to be hopping over rails on the highway. But we had to get to 702. We don't play when it comes down to that performance.
Yeah.
So we hopped
We
over,
will
ran
be
over
there
some
for you.
grass, some trails.
And the funny thing was that once we got on the stage, it looked like we had already performed.
The arena was right there. We ran in, grabbed the mics, said a quick
And
prayer.
had
Oh,
a
God bless us.
great
Ran
show.
on stage.
Yeah.
And we actually had a real good show that night.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
You know,
wild.
it's funny, they say when the wild things happen, you have a great show.
Uh-huh.
we did.
That's very,
It was
very
a
true.
crazy night.
So I guess that's a lesson for all the newcomers out there. All their ego gets caught up. Well, I got
Yeah.
to have this and I got to
Yo,
have
the
that.
show
Do
must
what
go
you
on,
the
money.
show must go. I do recall after that show, we were kind of a couple minutes late, so I do recall like our mics getting cut off the
Yeah, the
audience
lights came up.
because we were opening act. So a lot of the times if you go over your minutes, then they cut those microphones off and
Yes,
cut the
and the
lights
lights
up
come
like
up.
you guys need to get off the stage.
Warning, like, okay, your show's over. But
Man.
hey, we put it down in the few minutes that we did have left. We put it down.
So this show's going to have a lot of dancing in it or what?
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a lot of high energy. We
Yeah.
always love to perform. 702
Yeah.
made sure in the past that we gave the audience something to feed off of.
Yeah, it's
with
just not
choreography,
important to us
singing.
to get on stage and look cute. That's not our major goal in
But
life.
we're going to try and do
Yeah,
some
we
different
don't-
things too, with
yeah.
like a 3-piece band this time. Maybe a DJ, scratching
Well,
a
hit
little
us up.
bit.
We'll hook you up.
Oh, yeah. Y'all got all that
Okay.
here.
Get 'em all up here.
Right.
So we're gonna give you all the jams from the first, second, and this new album. So
Oh,
it
that's
should be a
gonna be
full, lengthy,
Yeah.
cool show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
cool.
excited. We can't wait.
Well, is there anybody you got to send shouts out to? Because they can hear you in Vegas. They can hear you in Arizona. They can hear you all across the
what's
country.
up, Vegas?
What's up, Vegas?
We love you,
Reach out.
Vegas. But what's up to our pedigree family? We
Exactly.
got to give a shout out to our ped fam, and also to my son. Hi, baby Tony.
And
And
also
also-
listening, all our fans. This is
Yeah.
Mila. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for listening and just hanging with us the last 3 and 6, 7, 10 years we've been in this business. Thank you for the
Yes.
support.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I got a question for you two.
Okay.
Mila,
What's up?
the guys want to know what's up in your personal life. Is there somebody in your life yet?
You know what, fellas? It's not. So come on in, call in, send in the faxes, the emails,
And pictures.
and pictures.
And this is Misha speaking because I'm going to make sure you look cute. If you ain't cute,
yeah, my
don't
girl's
send-
gonna make sure and put you through the drill. Nah, but right now I'm single, but it's cool. I've just been trying to be really dedicated to this new project and focus and make my dough before I, reel in all the men.
Oh, before you really know.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them. You heard that all.
What about you?
I'm single as well.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm single.
That's Irish, by the way.
Yeah, this is Irish. Yeah, I'm single. I'm single, y'all sugars. Yes, Lord have mercy. Somebody find me a man.
You sound like you. Come on now, you're gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
But I'm kind of glad you don't right now because you need to be focused.
Yeah,
You know?
I do. I mean, yeah, but every now and then you can get lonely, and then this is a hard business to where sometimes you do want to go home and have somebody to cry to. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm an adult. I'm mature with mine. I pay my own bills. So, you know, I can wipe my own tears. That's how it goes.
Well, you know, when you get lonely like that, just reach out, call us.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you.
We will.
We'll talk to you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. My girl, 702, it's great to have you here. You're going to
Great
hang
to
out
be
and
here.
be on the air with me for a few minutes?
That's great.
All right, cool. We're going to do that right now. Once again, 702, new album is out. What's the title
February.
of the album?
Star.
Oh, it is? Okay,
Same
cool.
as a single, yeah.
You're my star.
Star.
Anyway,
February 25th. Don't forget, y'all.
I hear you. 702, thanks for being here. We're out.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Soundcheck.